Hi everyone, welcome to week 6. This is the second video, English 1302. I want to spend a few more minutes and talk to you about the research assignment again. I've posted the assignment sheet for you under the R2 tab, which is under the assignments tab, or folder, sorry. And you've got the assignment sheet. So what you're going to do is you're going to go online and download the story called Barn Burning by William Faulkner. I'll post up a better link for you here in just a few moments. But you want to read the story really carefully. I strongly recommend printing it out. It's going to be 6 or 7 pages. Print it out, highlight it as you read it, look up words you don't know, but really read it often enough so that you really understand it. If you want to do well in this, you really have to have a mastery of the material. So read the story carefully. Then, after you've read the story a couple times, pick one of those terms from the list of formalism, either setting or style or tone or characters or protagonist, antagonist, one of those, I think there's 12 of them. Pick one of those terms that you think can best be used to help the reader to understand the story, and then just pull examples from the story. Really, all you need is 3. Now, and that's not due till Sunday, October 19th. What is due on Sunday, October the 12th is an outline. I've posted an example of the R2 outline for you, and all you need is your thesis. You'll need your 3 topic sentences. One example of irony in barn burning is yada yada yada, and then a quote, and then another topic sentence. Another example of irony and barn burning is quote is yada yada yada, and then a quote. Now, how is that different from a final paper? On the final draft, that's where you're going to explain what the quote's about and how it helps the reader to understand the story. I would encourage you to remember that since we're following MLA, you're going to have to, now you don't need a works cited page for this. This is just an outline. But you will need a works cited page for the final draft, of course. But even on the outline, you have to, since you've quoted somebody, you're going to have to put in-text citations, which is just the author's last name and the page number. Faulkner 4, Faulkner 12. Whatever page it's on when you print it out. And it'll be different for everybody because some of you will use real small font or an old version of the story. Some of you use a bigger font or a newer version of the story. But anyway, just whatever page it pops up on whenever you print. And you want to pick the best quotes possible, the quotes that really exemplify the type of rhetorical tool that you've chosen, because don't forget, you're locked in, just like the first one. Once you've got those 3 topic sentences and those 3 quotes, those are the ones you have to do in the final draft. Now, the good part is that if you do a good job on the outline, half of your essay is written. Half of your assignment is finished. If you don't choose good quotes, if you don't find good examples in the story, then it's going to be really hard to explain. So get to know the story first. Read it carefully, just like you do with all your homework assignments. Read it carefully. Pick out the really best quotes. You'll probably find, if you choose a good element of formalism, one of those vocabulary words, if you choose a good one, a common one, like setting or character or what's another good one? Now, there's not really a lot of irony in this story, but if you pick one of the more common elements of formalism, then there'll probably be 4 or 5 or 6 examples. It's a pretty complex story, and Faulkner is a great writer. He's really good about embedding some of these ideas in here. Now, there's not a lot of foreshadowing. I wouldn't try to do foreshadowing on this one, but most of the rest of them, there's probably plenty there. But anyway, the good part is if you'll get started now, then if you choose one that doesn't work well, you can always redo it between now and October the 12th, which is the due date for your outline. But don't forget, you want to format your outline carefully. It's just 1 page, but you still have to have the heading on it. You have to use Times New Roman. You want to double space it, but you also want to make it easy to read. So what I've done on the example is I double spaced the each individual thing and then put an extra space between each topic sentence, just to make it easy to read. and I'd appreciate if you do the same for me. Okay. If you have any other questions about this, be sure to let me know, and I look forward to next time.